Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you see in the title guys, I will be going through just some key information which is really for those who are interested to join the army. This is for those who live in Jamaica, Ghana, Nigeria and so on. Even though it's Commonwealth, so any Commonwealth individual can join the British Army. But for countries like Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent, Anguilla, and so on, it's a little bit different. And the reason why it's different is because Trinidad and Tobago don't necessarily need a visa to enter the country. So to join the military is a bit easier. It's a bit more straightforward. Also, St. Vincent and St. Lucia, places like that, the army actually goes into these countries to recruit individuals from those countries. So it's a little bit, it's a little bit different when it comes on to the process. Now I'm doing this video because I've been getting an influx of questions on a video that I did 6 months ago, which I'll link in the description box. It's a video I did on the step-by-step process on how to join the British Army. I know that video was I was a bit nervous in those times. So it was when I just started YouTube. So I think a lot of things people are asking because they probably didn't get that clarity. So in that video, I shared a lot, but now I'm going to go deeper because I've been getting so much questions. And I just want to also explain a lot of things to individuals so they understand how the process works, really, and the do's and the don'ts, and why things are the way it is when it comes on to the farm and so on. So guys, without any further ado, let's get into the video. So first off, I do understand thoroughly why most individuals want to get the opportunity to come to a first world country. I understand, especially when you grow up in a poor community or a poor environment, and you just want the opportunity to break free. And we all know in places like Jamaica and in Africa, most parts of Africa, because we know Africa is a continent, but like Nigeria, Ghana, you name it, it's like similar to Jamaica, where the system is not necessarily good when it comes down to young people and development and so on. There's not a lot of opportunities as you'd get abroad. So that is true, but bear in mind that first world countries are not perfect either. They have their issues, their set of issues also. So I understand that. But based on some of the questions that I've been getting, a lot of people, what they really care about or what they're really asking about is whether or not you can get your status from joining the army. And nothing is wrong with that, but I just want to explain something to people that who believes that they can come with their wrong agenda and make it. It doesn't work like that. What you have to understand, when I decided to join the military, and this was back in 2012, I came to England in 2013. At that time, things were so much different. It was okay. It was easier. Because even way before that, there used to be recruitment in Jamaica, but because in Jamaica and in Africa and so on, but because of course people abuse the system, they have changed the way they do things, and because of the amount of application they're getting. So what I'll say to people, if you don't have an interest, I'm not saying you have to love the army, but you should have an interest to be a soldier. Don't just try to join just to get paperwork. It will not work because training is not easy. If you think you're going to come here and then get British status, no, it doesn't work like that. First off, you have to do 4 years in the military before you can even get citizenship. And you have to pass training before you can even get a stamp in your book. And to pass, it's a lot of things. Fitness, literacy, maths. There's so many variations, but they're not hard process. But you have to want it because the army is designed to break you. It's about mental, emotional, and physical fitness. Training is designed to break you. break all your habits, break all your ideals, so that you can be what they want you to be. It's not just something where you join and it's a walk in the park. It is not. And I have to tell people this because I want to deter those whose agenda is not genuine, who just want to join the army to get status. It's best if you just want a job and you want to make money, but don't just want to join the army just to come and some people want to just get into the country and run off. This is what makes it bad for other people. This is why at the present moment they're so strict on Jamaicans and those from Nigeria and Ghana, because people come, they get invited to the UK and they run off. I'm not for that, because you're making it worse for those that comes behind you. So that being said, I had to clear that up because, like I said, I get a lot of messages. And this video I did 6 months ago, but for some reason it's been circulating and people are quite interested. So I get a lot of questions about that. So that's just one of the things. Now on to the actual application. I remember I mentioned that I will link the first video in the description box because it tells you the steps. It gives you a more detailed run through of the steps to join the army. It's a process. First step, you have to sign up. Then they'll check to see if you're eligible. Eligibility is based on you. If you have any illness like asthma, COPD and so on, you can, or heart defect, you cannot join the army because of course it's a physical thing and those things are a liability. Number 2, tattoos. Depending on where your tattoo is, you cannot join the army. So if your tattoo is on your neck, if it's visible, they will not accept you into the army. That's how it works. If you have visible tattoos like your neck, on your hands, I'm sure if you have it on your chest, as long as if you put on a shirt, it doesn't show, you probably will get away with that. So that's number 2. Then once you do that, then they get in touch with you. Then you're going to go through something where they'll ask you questions about you and so on to ascertain whether or not you're eligible. Once you're eligible, then you'll be sent your medical form. And this you need to take to your doctor. And the doctor need to fill it out and then you send it back to them. They will take at least 3 weeks to process this. Once they have processed it, they'll send back to you to say that you've passed that stage. The next stage is for you to get an invitation to come to the UK. This usually depends on availability of assessment. So some people will probably take a month, some people less, some people more. It just depends. No one case is the same. And once you get onto assessment, which is really good, then you get a date. So basically the assessment is inviting you to the UK to attend an assessment center. And that is where they give you a letter to say that they're inviting you. You take that to the embassy. You'd have to pay all the fees. So you pay for your visa. The army is not responsible for you until you pass assessment. Once you pass assessment, and you get a date for basic training, that's when you're under the military. You start getting paid. No, and this is something that I thought that people would know that would be the case. Remember, we're in Corona season. We're in a a virus pandemic. You can't expect that they're gonna get back to you straight away. No, they're working out ways in which how to conduct assessment safely. So there's still assessment going on. The application is still ongoing, but you have to understand that it's not going to be as quick right now because the UK especially is under a pandemic and people have to understand that. For example, so a relative of mine recently got accepted into the military, got their letter, got their invitation. And this was not the army's fault now. When this relative went to the embassy to get a visa, as in to apply for a visa, the only visa appointment date was 2 months. They didn't have any appointment date as usual because they were working on people from lockdown. Remember when lockdown, there was no appointments going on. So when lockdown was open the last time, they were I'm talking about Jamaica now. This is where the Jamaica Visa Center, UK Embassy, Jamaica UK Embassy. So they had a backlog. And because of this backlog, my relative had to cancel their trip to the UK because they couldn't get an early enough date, because the invitation that the army gave them, it gave them a month leeway to attend the assessment center. But because they couldn't get a visa date to get the visa to come, they couldn't get an early enough visa date to get the visa to come, they had to cancel, which is unfortunate because to see that they've gotten through and come this far. And it has happened to a few people, but there's hope because again, we're coming out of lockdown soon. So, and again, this is not the UK's fault because they were still accepting people. This was Jamaica. Jamaica has a backlog. So at the moment, it's a bit tricky, for people to get a visa appointment date. I don't know what it's like in Ghana and Nigeria or one of those African countries, but I know there's a backlog. I think they're probably more than likely now catching up. But again, the virus. So this is our opportunity. It's a very good opportunity, but you have to at least want to have some, it's something that you'd want to do. You don't have to need to love it, but don't just do it to get the opportunity to run off in the country, because that's going to make it worse for everybody else. Remember that there are others who really genuinely want to better themselves. So allow those who want to join the army for the opportunity, because nothing is wrong to join something for opportunity, but that you come with a good behavior, exemplary behavior, and that you represent whichever country you're from, Commonwealth, represent that country to the best of your ability, to not give them a bad taste about us, but to show that we can conduct ourselves. And if it's that you just want to do 4 years and then leave and get your paperwork, that is fine, because the opportunity is amazing. And I tell people all the time, I left Jamaica with few subjects, and that was not from high school. I had to go back to do back a few subjects. I wasn't the best reader. I never went to school like most people. And it's since I came to the UK and I joined the army sent me back to school. That's the good thing. They don't discriminate, your education. You just have to be able to read and write. If you can't at least do basic reading and writing, doesn't make sense. But, and I got through, and basically they helped me. And I'm now doing my psychology degree, and it's the army that's funding it, even though I'm not with them anymore. But because I served for 6 years, once you serve in the military for 6 years, you are eligible to get a university funding. You are eligible to get university funding if you haven't had a degree before. And they've also given me my subjects. I also got my a diploma out of them. So it's just really good, and there's a lot of experiences. It's not perfect, but it's good. It's a great opportunity. So I just came here to clarify that because I get a lot of questions about it. Please just apply, but don't just do it because you want to come and run off. So that's really it, guys. That's really what it is. If you have any questions, please don't fail to inbox me. If you have any questions, just inbox me on Instagram. Send me a message on Instagram, and I'm willing to answer any questions. I just don't want anyone who's not genuine to do this, because it's just going to mess it up for other people. Don't use the army to get into a country and then run off and make it bad for other people. The army is actually a good stepping stone, and it can also be a career for you. A lot of people make a career to it and have their pension and all of that. It is really good for that. So you have to just bear that in mind, that, there's so much to offer being in the military. And yes, guys, so Jamaicans, those from Ghana, those from that lives in Africa, whichever parts of Africa, yes, you can get in. Just follow the link that I'll be putting in this description box, and it will show you the application form and how to get onto the form. And don't worry if you see them saying we are currently not taking Commonwealth application. That's just a deterrent. That's just to throw people off, really. They're always taking applications. Just do it and see where it goes for you. Hopefully you're eligible and you can get, it can work out for you. But remember that, until you pass selection. That's when they start to pay you. But before that, you have to pay for your flight. You need a sponsor in the UK, to just someone to be able to, so you can stay with, who can, you know, look after you while you're going through the process of selection. And once you get into the military, then the military will do everything else. I don't think there's anything else I've been asked, but those are the questions that I've been asked, basically. So that's really it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was insightful. Please do remember to give this video a thumbs up, guys. Like the video. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel and you like what I do, you like the content, please do subscribe. And I hope you have yourself a wonderful day, and all the best to those who have applied for the military. Until next time, Godspeed. Big ups. Bye.